They were the absolute worst service I have ever used by far. It was an absolute nightmare. Which hosting platform should you use for your website on WordPress? So to get some basics in for people who don't know, there are a few different components to having a website. There's the most basic element, which is the domain name. That's like your URL. Mine is buntysomroy.com. Think of that as like the address to your home. And so just an address, the number by itself doesn't really give you much. It helps identify the delivery person of whoever is like mailing mail to you, but you need the plot of land. You need the actual space that your house is going to be built on, and that is what is called hosting in the business or website world. Hosting is literally just storage space in the cloud, like on someone else's server, and you are paying to use that person's server to build your website. And then the third part is, once you have that plot of land, hosting, you need a framework to actually build your website. I think like there's some statistic like 2/3 of all websites, probably more, are powered via WordPress today. That's because it's a very strong CMS. When I say CMS, it's a content management system. That basically is a fancy way of saying a way to build and manage your website. So that is, think of the contractor, the builder who's actually building the website and who's like cutting pieces and sawing it and making different floors and all that good stuff. So again, you have the address, you have the host, and then you have the actual CMS, the builder. And so when you're doing all this stuff, there are different ways you can go about and set your stuff up. Some people prefer to keep their domain and their host separate. They'll use like GoDaddy for domain and then set up their hosting on like another providing platform, and then it will always be WordPress. For me, I have used BlueHost in the past, and this is a negative testimonial for BlueHost. They were the absolute worst service I have ever used by far. And so the actual purchasing, when it was like the transaction, was fine. But if anyone has ever, shopped at retail, you know that you value not the transaction or the bargain price, but the customer service when things go wrong. And so for me, when I was learning and making mistakes and breaking my website, I reached out to BlueHost support, and I must have spent 10, 20, 30, 40 hours talking with them. And one time they broke my site and I had to go back and fix it. It was an absolute nightmare. And any sort of money that I may have saved because it was a good deal was completely out the window by the amount of time I spent trying to troubleshoot BlueHost crap. They're utter crap. The only times that people recommend it is because they're an affiliate, which means they get a commission on recommending it. No offense to, I forget who, Pat Flynn, Neil Patel. One of them is like the biggest proponents of BlueHost, and that's because they're an affiliate. That's kind of crappy, because I think it's an utter terrible hosting service. What I recommend is SiteGround. SiteGround, now granted, I have not used a bunch of different hosting service. What I can tell you is SiteGround support is absolutely freaking top notch. They always get back to me. It's always like a couple-minute queue, if that. They're always super helpful, and they're super smart. I don't understand how customer support is also basically like a developer. They fixed my website when I bricked it by myself, and they've cut me deals and stuff like that. Just recently, my partner was creating a new WordPress website on SiteGround, and they installed WordPress for her just because they offered. And that was awesome of them. That was amazing. And so SiteGround, I don't just use as a host. I use them to buy my domains as well. And frankly, they use another provider to basically buy domains in bulk. So it's like that's their backend. I don't even care, because I know that if I reach out to them for support, they got my back, whether it's for domain, whether it's for hosting, whether it's my website. They'll always take care of this stuff in record time. The last tip I want to leave you is when you're getting a host, most of the time they'll give you some really great promotional discount for your first purchase, and it'll look really cheap and they'll kind of hide the full price. For example, you can start with SiteGround and probably BlueHost at their smallest package at like $3 or $4 a month. And then that'll say that this is normally like $10 a month, $15 or $20 a month. And then they'll give you an option to buy 1 year, 2 or 3 years up front. And you want to basically buy 3 years or the most amount up front as possible, because that's going to give you the biggest savings. If you buy only a year, like I have stupidly done, I got my hosting at I think $4 a month for 1 year, and then as soon as the year was up, when the renewal came in, I had to pay the full price at $20 a month for the next 3 years, and ended up coming to like $500 or something. And I paid it because it's like I'm already locked in, I'm not going to change hosts. That's like their business model. They make their money up on the back end, and they want to make it easier for people to start by offering this promotional discount. So if you're buying a website you know you're going to have, if it's your personal brand, your business, or anything like that, go ahead, save yourself some money, and just pay for the 3 years up front. That'll save you the most money, and you'll not have to think about it. Your bookkeeper will be happy, and you'll get the best bang for your buck. And again, SiteGround's awesome. I love them. I've given them reviews. They are freaking amazing. To sign up and get that promotional deal, I'm going to leave you a link in my description below of where you can sign up for SiteGround. If you want more videos on just like funnel building tips, helpful stuff like this, hit the little subscribe that you'll see in the corner, like my videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.